Hey guys, Jordan from Adreno here, and today we're going to be looking at the best spear guns under $400. Let's get stuck into it. The first gun that I'm going to show you is the Ocean Hunter SGS spear gun. It's a closed muzzle gun, and it comes in sizes from 60 centimeter up to 120 centimeter. It's a great entry-level gun for any of those spearos that are looking at getting into the sport, not really having done too much diving, and don't want to break the bank with a big name spear gun. So this bad boy is $149. It comes rigged, so it's all ready to rock and roll. So you get your single rubber, your shooting line, and your shaft all rigged, ready to go for you to spend $150, walk out the door and go shoot some fish. It's quite lightweight. So it's not too heavy and it's easy to kind of move around in the water. So for anyone that's beginning in the sport of spearing, it's not a bad way to go for that first purchase. So $149 for that one, pretty decent deal. So the next gun that we're going to look at is the Ocean Hunter Redback. This gun, it's a little bit different from our SGS. You do get a few extra bits and pieces to the gun, so you do get this nice shark clip down the bottom here. It is an entry-level gun, so that shark clip, what you're going to do is you're going to mount your float line to it, and then that'll go up to your float, which is going to sit on the surface. It is rigged with a single rubber, but you can have the option of mounting a second rubber in there if you'd like. You can put two twin 16s or twin 14s on there as well. It is rigged a little bit differently as well, so we've got our muzzle bungee here, which is just going to take a little bit of that tension off the mono when you're re-rigging it after you've fired the gun. Same again from the Ocean Hunter SGS, it's quite light, so it's quite easy to move and track in the water, and you get a nice 7mm shaft on there as well, so you will be able to shoot some bigger fish depending on the depth you're diving and what you're chasing. All in all, it's a pretty comfy gun, it's good in hand. And you do get that nice loading butt on the back there, so when you do load the gun you can put that in between your sternum plate and that'll make loading the gun nice and easy. The Redback, it is $249, so yeah, out the door, completely rigged, ready to rock and roll for you to go shoot some fish. Yeah, decent closed muzzle gun. So the next gun that we're going to be looking at is our Adreno Eden. This gun was actually my first gun that I purchased when I first got into spearfishing. It's really good quality, it's rigged nicely, and it's reliable as well. It is a closed muzzle gun, so it does make loading the gun a little bit different to say an open muzzle, but everyone has their preference, which you can kind of find out the more you dive. It's re-rigged with a 7mm shaft and your muzzle bungee on the bottom here, so that's just going to take a little bit of stress and strain off your shooting line, and it is rigged with a single 14mm rubber. You can put twins on here if you want to, and if you wanted to get rid of the 14 and go for a 16, you do have to take the rubber apart so that you can feed it back through the muzzle, which is the only downside to the gun. You can't just take them out, put new ones in as you go, and keep the rubber intact. On the bottom here, we've got another shark clip, so again, attaching that to your float line, but we've also got a reel mount on the bottom here as well, so if you wanted to upgrade and go away from that float line, you can attach your reel on there. So this gun comes at $299, which is a really, really good deal for a really good quality gun. As I said, it was my first gun, and I've definitely shot some decent fish with it. So the next step up, we go into our Rob Allen Scorpia, which is one of Rob Allen's more entry-level guns. The beautiful thing with Rob Allen is that you can completely customize these guns as you go. So starting at the muzzle, you can take this rubber out, put a new one in, put a second one in, take that one out, change it up without having to take apart your rubbers, which is really nice. Rob Allen do a whole heap of accessories, so you know, for whatever reason, it malfunctions or it breaks, you can replace the muzzle, you can replace all of the rigging, you can replace the handle, you can attach shark clips, all that sort of stuff. So you can take a gun that is roughly around that $329 mark and make it a $400, $500 gun with those added accessories on there. It is rigged with a single 16mm rubber. For anyone that's an entry-level diver or have never loaded a gun before, the Rob Allen rubber is quite punchy and it is quite difficult to load. So it's entirely up to you. A lot of people that have never done it before do generally come back in wanting to replace their rubbers to something a little bit stretchier. So when you do look at purchasing this gun, have a chat to the guys in store, see if they can talk you through how to load the gun effectively, and just see if you need to update the rubbers to something a little bit more stretchy and has a little bit more elastic in it. The rigging's a little bit different. It doesn't have your muzzle bungee on there. The gun is just rigged through our Dyneema up here. Again, you can change that as you go. So if you want to add a muzzle bungee or change the snap clip or anything like that, you're absolutely fine to do so. And it does come rigged with a 7mm shaft. No loading butt on the back of the entry-level Rob Allen guns, which it's personal preference. Again, some people like the loading butt because it doesn't move across, and other people find that the guns that don't have that butt on the end doesn't slide up and down or move around as much either. So it is personal preference, and if you're looking at buying any of these guns, just play around with them, see how they feel, see how you go loading them, and you'll get a fair idea of what's good. And then on the bottom here again, we have a reel mount as well. So you can attach an Adreno reel, or you can attach a Rob Allen reel as well, and stay away from the shark clips with float line. The gun does come with a shark clip. It's just a fabric Velcro mount. So not like the Ocean Hunter or our Adreno guns where it's that stainless steel clip. Neither here nor there, but just one of those things to keep an eye out for. All right, so our last gun that we're going to look at is the Pathos Open Pro Laser. This gun is $399 and it comes rigged with two 14mm rubbers, and it's an open muzzle gun. Every other gun that we've looked at so far has been a closed muzzle. Benefit to an open muzzle is just once you get used to it, you're going to be able to load the gun a little bit quicker. The shaft doesn't rattle around as much because our shooting line is wrapped around the actual shaft. So it's not going to make as much noise when you're out diving. It's nice and lightweight. It's an aluminium barrel, and towards the bottom here, we don't have a shark clip or anything like that. There is room to mount something there. You just have to get some rigging done to your gun. And we have a reverse stainless steel mech as well. So the shaft is going to sit quite far back into the handle. And then you've got another loading butt here as well. All these guns are single wrapped, so you will have to get somewhat close to whatever you're shooting at. So that's our 5 best guns under $400. If you are looking at getting into the sport, if you're an entry-level diver, intermediate or a beginner, or you have been diving for some time and you just want something that's really good quality under that $400, any of these guns is going to be great. Personally, the Adreno Eden, that was the gun that I went with. It's really good quality, and it's not too expensive. That being said though, if you wanted to buy a gun like the Rob Allen, you are paying a little bit more money for it, but this gun, with all of its added customizations and accessories that Rob Allen has, you can really take an entry-level Rob Allen gun and make it something really, really awesome. All these guns are under 400 bucks. Definitely come into one of our Adreno stores, have a chat to our staff, get in contact with us through Facebook, Instagram, all of our social medias, jump on our website, or call any of our stores and have a chat with them.